you'll notice how vantage point is different now? Did you notice? Vantage point is different.
What page is chapter 3, Ms. Chen?
If you go to the
Table of contents?
yes,
I don't know.
it's on the left side.
Module?
Well, you have to go to the book. Right, are you in the book?
I'm in the link to the book. I got to the book.
Okay, so then look in the on the left hand side where the chapters are.
Maybe no.
Okay guys, so today we have somebody new joining us. So her name is Perla. Perla, did you want to stand up and wave to everyone? This is
Hi.
Perla. And she's our tutor, so she'll be assisting us. If anybody needs any help, she'll be here. You are familiar with software?
A little bit of Photoshop and illustration,
The
but
Illustrator.
not InDesign.
Okay, so this will be good because we're going to start Illustrator Wednesday maybe. So, and everybody gets a little bit frustrated in the beginning with Illustrator, so it'll be good that she's here. But she will be assisting with the role, and then will you be taking notes as well?
Yes, I'm checking it to see the Google Docs.
Oh,
Do you want
okay.
on Google Docs or do you want
where-
it by hand or how do you want?
Maybe Google Docs, like a link, you just update it every day.
Okay.
And yeah, so she'll also be taking notes, so if you need notes to refer back to something, maybe you missed class or something, we'll have notes now on Canvas. So you guys just will be happy about that. So maybe if you missed something when you're taking notes yourself, you could always refer back to it. Okay, so I'm gonna pass the roll sheet. And then we'll get started. Okay, so hope you guys had a good weekend. It was like stay at home weather, wasn't it? Unless you like being out in the cold and drizzle a little bit. I did not stay home, I wanted it. Alright. So chapter 3, let's go ahead and put up the book here. I don't know if we started chapter 3 here. I know
It
it'd be
looks
fun.
like no.
Let's see. We'll see how well you guys are paying attention. I believe we did start chapter 3. You will tell me.
Oh, the banana and all that stuff.
So we did do chapter 3 here.
Yeah.
We did half of it. Okay, here it is. That's what I thought. Okay, so then we will continue on page the bananas, okay, so Raja remembers the banana. Example of the banana. Okay, so we are going to go. There we go. We left off. So go ahead and go to page 109 on the PDF. Okay, so we're talking about concepts, and today we'll talk about an analytic concept, or how we can use analytic concepts when working on a design project. So it says here, just as metaphoric concepts rely on an audience, recognize recognizing analogies that add meaning in the design, analytic concepts rely on the audience recognizing how treatments and relationships affect meaning. The simple act of juxtaposing one thing with another is an analytic process that builds meaning. When a designer decides to develop, when a designer decides to develop a concept through an analytic approach, he or she places a priority on the act of referring to something instead of on the creation of new meaning through analogy, as image-based metaphors do. Analytic concepts tend to convey information in a way that is more easily digested by an audience. They are less open-ended and more direct than metaphoric concepts. Okay? So I think this should make sense in terms of understanding how different an analytic approach is from a metaphoric concept, right? So because we looked at some examples last week of metaphoric concepts where you're looking at an image and right away you may not know what the meaning is, so you have to look at it a little bit, think about it. We discussed some of the examples. When you're looking at an analytic approach, it's pretty much what you see is what you get, and it's easier to digest, like the book says here. So what is an example? An example of applying an analytic concept, you can see on the right here on the left-hand side, and you see that it's basically what? It's information. It looks like just data grouped together, different columns. So when you see something like this, if you start reading it, you see the numbers and all that, oh, okay, you already know what it is. So that's an example. Other examples where you'll see analytic concepts used is, for example, in maps, right? So any types of maps, graphs, charts, you see the information, you read it, you know what it is, right? Also in websites, and let's see where it talks about. We highlight this. The creation of charts, graphs, and maps requires the analysis of structural and organization data. So these are examples where you'll see an analytic approach or analytic concepts used in the design. And now let's go forward to page 111. And it says that websites are inclined to rely on analytic approaches because their nature is more navigational than interpretative. So meaning, when you get to a website, you see the buttons, right? You see the links, you know if you click on something, it takes you somewhere, right? Pretty easy to understand. Rather than a conceptual poster where you have to look at it and kind of figure out what it means. Now, you might find yourself on some websites that maybe are a little bit more metaphoric, but not many of them. They would have to be something, probably something artistic where you kind of, oh, what is this? Do I click on here? Right? But most of the time websites are pretty much, you already know where you're going, you click, you go. Alright, so the next concept that we'll talk about here at the bottom of page 111 of the PDF is a meta concept. Okay, this doesn't mean meta like Facebook meta, Twitter meta, not that. That's just what this is called. Okay, it says when a design concept refers to itself or to an audience that works within the genre, we call it a meta concept. These concepts have a kind of dual coding to them. They are created to satisfy a design problem, but they have an additional layer which has an appeal to fellow designers or, at the very least, specific audiences. Okay, so that's what a meta concept is. Okay, so now page 112.